So the microphone is on, guys. You're welcome to this channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom. Channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. So this video, I'm going to talk about loneliness. Okay? Loneliness. Now, being alone, being lonely, sorry, what do they call it? It doesn't mean that if you're alone, you're lonely, okay? You are alone in physicality, but you're not lonely. The reason for that is because, and especially if you're a chosen person, then you are eventually choosing, you have actually chosen to be alone. And there's a reason for this. The reason why you're choosing to be alone is because you understand how the world moves. When a person awakens and starts understanding how the world moves around them, especially when they are chosen, they are now going to do what they can to protect themselves and their energy from energy vampires. Now, I have a lot of times people have asked me, what is this thing? Why are you so lonely? Why are you so lonely? You know, you're asking yourself the question, why are you so lonely? And I know where that question is coming from, because I've been on this journey for quite a while now, having understood who I am and having, done the work on myself. I finally understand the meaning of loneliness. A lot of you guys, chosen ones, have been entangled with narcissistic people. You have been entangled in very toxic and dangerous relationships. And the reason for that is because you have always been seeking for validation, okay? You wanted somebody to validate you in different ways, give you the love, give you the friendship, give you something, give you this, give you company, all these kind of things. But the deeper you awaken, you start to understand that all these things you've been searching for outside of you, they're already inside of you. So that's why you see a lot of times chosen people who wake up, they have been on this spiritual journey and they have awakened. They are starting to embrace this loneliness. They are even very, very comfortable with it. They are so happy with it. So it is either somebody walks in that can match their energy, or they are going to be happy alone. Okay? They value their peace more than anything else in the world. They don't want anybody coming around and starting to mess up with their energy and the stuff like that. So most of the times you see them, they will not be bothered about being in their own little spot, in their comfort zone, by themselves doing their own thing. They're okay with that. Now, loneliness hasn't just started recently. If you're a chosen one, then definitely most likely you are an empath. And you already know it has been a very long period of time. For as long as you remember, you recall, you have used a lot of time alone. You have actually spent a lot of time alone. You could have been in school and you are that person who didn't really pretty much sit down with everybody else. You wanted to sit down in your little corner somewhere, stay there, do your own thing. You're the kind of person who was like, when people was going to the club, you wanted to stay behind. When people was out there doing, playing football, doing this and doing that in different kinds of sports, it wasn't really about that life. It wasn't for you. So normally you actually liked being alone. You didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. There's been a reason for that. That loneliness comes from the energy that you've got within you, okay? That energy that you've got within you is an energy which is very different from the rest, okay? Empathy is, what could I call it? Empathy is a gift. And sometimes that gift, even unconsciously, without you knowing it, you may have been pushed to protect that gift, okay? Because you're now understanding that not everybody is born with that gift. It's very few people are born with that gift. So in the early days of your journey, you was not evolved. So you couldn't understand that you was an empath. You didn't even know that you was an empath. And sometimes you would feel that when you're around some people, they could make you feel some kind of a way. It's like you felt they were dragging your energy. Or most of the times when you're after concerts, maybe after parties, after stuff like that, you would sit back at home and you realize that you need some time to be alone. And when I'm talking about time, I could even be talking about hours. It could even be the whole day. You could have even sometimes needed the whole day to recharge. That is because the energy of a chosen person, the energy of the empath, is not the energy like everybody else, okay? When you keep on entangling around with different kinds of energies and people, you are going to realize the reason as to why you should have stayed alone in your comfort zone. Because when you understand around people who is around you, people on this universe, on this planet, a lot of people, you see them moving up and down. A lot of people, they're energy vampires. They're looking for energy, okay? Even some of them, like I've told you, these guys are bots. Many of them, they are bots. These energy vampires, they're on a program, okay? They have been plugged into a program. And that program, it is also involving going out there and searching and looking for energy, okay? Whether it is they are going to look for energy in churches. You may sometimes find empaths in churches who are giving away their energies to their leaders or sometimes to their fellow churchmates. Whether that energy will be siphoned in relationships, whether it was going to be in any way, energy can be siphoned from everywhere. It can even energy can even be siphoned in your own home. You're out there watching your TV, you're in your own home, nobody's bothering you, and you're going to start watching this program, which is actually going to siphon your energy. So when I'm talking about these things of energy, energy can be siphoned from anywhere. Now the empath realizes, the awakened empath starts to realize the importance of that energy. They are reserving that energy and they are protecting that energy because they understand their energy is everything. Their energy is their relationships, their energy is their bank balance, their energy is their safety, it's their protection. They now understand how to protect and the deep meaning of protecting your energy, their energy. Is why you're seeing a lot of times so many people who is waking up, they are choosing to be alone, okay? They may have gotten out of toxic relationships and now they are realizing that they have spent so much energy in those relationships. Now they're reserving this energy and they're keeping this energy for the right person. Some of them, they are alone because you may sometimes see they are kind of like working on their craft, they are building themselves, they are healing and stuff like that. And they do not want anybody to come around and take their energy, okay? They are very protective, extremely protective of their energy. And there is nothing that can stop an empath. When that empath has come to that awareness that they are empaths and they know the energy they have got within them, they are going to do everything they can to protect that. You cannot do anything. There's nothing you can do. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter who you are. You cannot get that empath out of their comfort zone. They are going to protect that energy at every cost. So this whole thing of being alone, it normally intensifies around somewhere post-awakening, okay? So when you have gone through, could have been weeks, maybe a month post-awakening, is when you're going to see this loneliness is even intensifying. Sometimes even the universe, what you might call God, source, most high, is even starting to unplug people away from you. The ego could have been telling you way back in time that, you needed people. You could think that you needed people, but in reality, you don't need anyone. The only person you need is yourself. You need yourself. Most of the people you need, they are not taking you anywhere. They are not going to add anything on your own evolution. They are not going to add any brick to your foundation. Most of the times you think you really need them, but they're the ones who need you. You don't need them. Okay, guys? So for the empaths out there, just understand that this thing of loneliness, it hasn't just started yesterday. This whole thing of loneliness it traces back, way back in time, since you was a kid. You have always noticed that in most settings, you have always wanted to isolate yourself from the rest, okay? And those days, you couldn't have really understood why you was doing that. You may not really have understood that, but you will get that realization that there was always reason as to why you was usually most of the part alone. Everything just starts making sense post-awakening because now you understand it was all about energy, okay? You was always feeling like You couldn't hang around some people. You couldn't sometimes hang around certain, even sometimes your own friends. You would even sometimes avoid your own friends. People that you used to study with, in school, you could find yourself sometimes avoiding those individuals because whenever you had engagements with them, meetings with them, parties with them, you would feel like you was always drained, okay? So the empaths understand the meaning of energy. The awakened empaths will really actually deeply understand the whole meaning of that loneliness and the ways and the importance of protecting their own personal energy, okay? So loneliness is not a problem to empaths. That's what I'm trying to say. Loneliness is not a problem. Loneliness for an empath is something very normal. Don't think there's something wrong with you, or maybe people hate you, or you're doing something wrong because you may see everybody's out there going to parties, jumping up and down, and you're not all about that life. There's nothing wrong with you. Just know that you're different, okay? You're built different. Your energy is different. Your spirit is different, okay? Your spirit cannot just be everywhere else. Because you guys also understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But you also understand that there's spirits that are energy vampires, okay? There are spirits which are full of light, and there are also spirits which are energy vampires. And the only thing they need is to sap your energy, okay? So there's nothing wrong with you. Don't think you're doing anything wrong. When your intuition tells you to connect with somebody, just connect. When you feel otherwise, listen to your intuition, keep away from them, okay? You may be dealing with energy vampires, but at the end of the day, you empaths understand, chosen ones, that you always have to know how to protect your energy. You always have to know the importance of your energy. You already understand your energy is your everything. And your energy as well is your bank balance. So let us know what you think about the video, guys, in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.